I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas like we did. And today I want to share how to make a perfect venison steak. At least I think it's perfect. Here how to make a perfect backstrap steak. And that's the steak that I cut out from the spike buck. And here we have sliced onions and some mushrooms. Okay, you want to leave the steak out in the room temperature for about 30 minutes before you actually steak it. I like to use cast iron pan for steaks, and I preheat it with some olive oil in it. Okay, the pan is hot enough. Now you take your steak and just lay it there, just like so. And like I said before, you want it medium rare. And this is plenty steak for me and my wife. And I don't really time it. I just let it sit for maybe about a minute or so. 2 minutes now, and if you look at it, it's the bottom kind of little brown. And I have the heat set on the middle. And here, just flip them. And you can see it being really nice and brown. Just flip them. They already look really good. And just let it sit for another 2 minutes. 2 minutes again. And if you look at it right there, to me that's about medium rare. And depending on the size of the deer and the size of the backstrap, you might want to do, 3 or 4 minutes. But now, just move them to the new plate like so. Now once you have it in the new plate, what you want to do is, you want to get another plate and cover it up and just let it rest for about 20 minutes. And while we wait, we're going to be cooking the veggies. You probably noticed that I didn't use any salt or pepper because we're going to be using my wife's homemade espresso barbecue sauce. After you preheat the pan and some olive oil, it's ready for the veggies. Now you want to cook the onions first. Okay, when you cook the onions, I usually set it at 7 and a little bit hotter. And once the onions are about half done, that's when you want to put in the mushrooms. Not adding any salt or pepper here too because, again, we're using espresso barbecue sauce. When the onion is about half done, just lower the the heat back down to about 5. And then you could add the mushroom, and here it goes. You do not want to cook the steak with the veggies because that's gonna produce a lot of water and ruin your perfect steak. Okay, I just added my wife's espresso barbecue sauce, and depending on how much you like it, you could add as much as you want. And when you add the barbecue sauce, just lower the heat down to about 4 or 3. About 4, there you go, because you don't want to burn it. Okay, as you can see, the veggies are done. And we're gonna set this aside and come back to the steaks. Okay, we're gonna use the same pan, and we're gonna put the heat back to 5. And the steak's been resting for about 20 minutes now. And at this point, the juices are sealed in, but you don't want the juice in the fry pan because that's gonna make it soggy. After you put the steaks, put in the sauce as much as you like, and then put the heat up to about 7, so you want to get this a little bit hot, and then stir it. And at this point, we're not trying to cook it anymore. We're just trying to get the heat up and get the sauce kind of blended in with the steak. And I like to serve the whole thing with a fry pan so that you won't get cold. And I just kind of want you to understand there's more than, a glory of shooting a biggest buck in hunting. I really want you to understand that I try to enjoy every aspect of the sports that hunting has to offer. And one of my biggest joys is obviously eating. So, and they seems to be ready now. And if you press it down a little, you could tell that's pretty soft. They should be medium rare. Okay, we said our prayer, and we're gonna have a perfect steak with a glass of wine. Let's dig in. As I said, that is perfectly cooked steak. I am sad to tell you, I am down to my last bite, and like all good things, has to come to the end. And lastly, thank God for what you have, enjoy your life with what you got, and mostly stay safe. See ya.